Hey everybody, it's Abby Cooper and Lewis Cooper over there in his spot on his couch. Lewis, can you say hi for a sec? Lewis? Yeah. Look over here. Up a little bit. Okay. We're still working on it. You can go back to your nap. Today I'm coming at you from the floor, and the reason for that is I want to show you an up close and personal look at my box of awesomeness. That is its official name. And it lives right here next to my couch. It's the best floor spot I could find. It's got this nice background, and it really makes the box pop. So I think it's a good arrangement. I'm going with it. This box is so awesome because it contains every single piece of reader mail I've ever gotten in my time as an author. Now, I am so super duper lucky because I get emails and notes and cards all the time from readers all around the world, and it's like kind of mind-blowing. And I save obviously every single thing I get. I also reply to every single thing I get because it's really special when somebody takes the time to let me know they enjoyed one of my books or our Skype or whatever. It means a lot to me, so I want to make sure people know that. So today I thought it would be fun to go through the box of awesome a little bit, to read some awesome reader mail, maybe just go through, see what we find in here. I've been collecting this for a while now. And readers send me some really interesting questions in their notes and emails sometimes that I don't always get to answer because, I gotta take some time to write books too. But maybe I can answer some now, and it'll be super fun, right, Lewis? Okay, that was pretty good. Wow, look at his eyebrows right now. Aren't they, like, serious? Yeah, he's taking this very seriously. It's intense. Also, he might need a haircut soon. Okay, moving on. The first thing I want to share is an email that I got just last weekend, and it was awesome. She says, I've read your stories. Why would I be writing to you if I hadn't? Fair question. Sticks and Stones is my favorite. I am just like Elise, except for the calf part. That's good. One of my favorite parts in Sticks and Stones is at the end where Liam explains everything, abandons Elise, and then she finds her way back. Oh, by the way, spoiler alert if you haven't read Sticks and Stones. Sorry. On that trip, Elise discovers how to keep going and not let anyone or anything bring her down. After I read this part in your book, it inspired me to be confident in myself and my choices. I love that. How I happened to find your book was one day I only had 1 or 2 books left to read. I'm a huge bookworm. I get it. I went into a random kids book section at my local library and picked 3 random books and read them. I do this all the time. One of those randomly selected books was yours. I enjoyed reading it so much that I read your second book, Bubbles, and I'm awaiting your third book. As I said above, the ending was one of my favorite parts, but I loved the whole book. Your book made me cry and laugh. It even made me feel awkward. This is one of the rare books that I felt a connection with the main character. I thought that type of book was hard to find until I met Elise. The ending was so nice, but when I read that Elise was abandoned, I was so scared and my guts slithered like snakes. I almost felt a cold wind washing over me. I have a lot of questions for you as an author. She does. Here they are. Let's answer some. I love these questions. I mean, I love all questions, but I especially love some of these. I read them before I made this video, and they're very unique. I have not been asked some of these before, so that's always kind of fun. She wants to know, how many hours a day do you write? And that, it really varies. It depends kind of what my goal is. I usually set like a word count goal or a page goal. So if I'm wanting to write, let's say 3 pages one day, sometimes that can take me an hour. Sometimes it can take me 4 hours. It really just depends where I'm at in the story, what kind of ideas I have, all that. Usually after about 5 hours straight, my brain turns to mush, like actual mushy, goopy, gunky mush. I don't know that for sure, but I can feel it. So then it's time to step away. Whether I've achieved my goal or not. Because you want to achieve your goals, but you also don't want to turn into mush. It's gross. What do you think is your avatar / mascot? I've never thought about this before. And I think I would probably go with a cupcake if that can be a mascot. Can a cupcake be a mascot, in your opinion, world? Let me know in the comments. Because I honestly don't know. I know mascots are usually like big, cool animals, like poodles, right, Lewis? He's like, yeah. Actually, I guess probably a poodle should be my mascot, right? He's like, I still don't know what you're saying. But I'm going to go with cupcake because I'm unique. Like a cupcake, you know, I have several layers. Cake, frosting, sprinkles. I like to think that I'm fun and like an exciting treat to have in your life. I don't know. I just really love cupcakes. It might be a day that requires a cupcake. I'm starting to think. Okay, let's move on. I'm going to answer that one in a different video. I love this. Does writing energize or exhaust you? She's making me really think about stuff here. It honestly depends on the day. I would like to say it always energizes me, but it doesn't. I think with anything that people love to do, sometimes it feels great. It's super fun. Everything is going well. But sometimes it's hard. Sometimes challenges come up and you finish for the day and you say, oh, I'm so glad I'm done. I'm going to go get a cupcake. But overall, like if you look at the whole span of my writing life, I would say it definitely energizes me more than it exhausts me. So that's cool. Okay, I'm going to do the last one here and then I'm going to move on to some other reader mail. But she asks, do you Google yourself? These are great questions. Honestly, the answer is yes, but it might not be for the reason you think. I'm not Googling myself to see if people are discussing like my choice of mascot and saying, oh, Abby Cooper would have a cupcake for her mascot. That's weird. No. And I'm also not really looking for reviews or anything like that. When I Google myself, it's honestly usually just to see if any libraries or schools are using one of my books for like a summer reading program or like a community read, anything like that. Because sometimes places do that, like they pick an author's books, but then they don't tell the author. And I'm like, hey guys, if you're using my book, let me know. Let's Skype. Let me send you some bookmarks or stickers. Like, let's be friends, you know? So sometimes they don't realize that, you know, authors are just people. And if you reach out, we will reply and we can, you know, get involved with your program and stuff. So when I Google myself, which is not frequent, that is what I'm looking for. And then I reach out to these people and these programs. And usually they're pretty excited because they didn't realize that, like, I'm a person they can talk to and I can answer your questions and I can send you fun stuff and, you know, it's all about the partnership. Authors love working with teachers, librarians, program coordinators, anybody. So, you know, don't be afraid to reach out. That's all I'm gonna say on that. Okay, let's move on. I just got this cool card, Abby Cooper, last week. And I love the first sentence here. It goes, Dear Abby, your books are like a call to action. Yeah. A call that makes me want to read your books. And one very big thanks to you for dedicating a chunk of time to talk to us through Skype. One more thing, your inspiration has done its job and has inspired me. I think that's so cool. That's so cool. I love inspiring people. I love being inspired. I love everything to do with inspiration. Yeah, what I love about Skyping too is just like, you know, not everybody has always heard of me or my books or whatever, and that's fine. Or they might not even like my books. That's okay. Not every book is for every reader, right? But if I can inspire a student to want to read something, even if it's not my book, or to write, that is really, really cool. So this super means a lot to me. Oh, I want to show you some artwork. I got a really cool, I think it's at the bottom, sadly, but I got a really cool stack of art from one school where they sort of made these designs. Okay, there we go. Computer was getting tired. It says bubbles. They made these designs sort of using newspaper and crayons and just all kinds of artsy things all at once. So that's really cool. Thank you, that school. Thank you, all the schools. This is awesome. Whenever I'm like having a tough day, I just come up here and like look at my box of awesome, and then my heart feels warm and fuzzy. All right, before I go, I want to reach in here and just like kind of pull out a random one, because you know, if you wrote to me a long time ago, you're still important, and you're like at the way bottom. You know, you still matter. I still love what you sent me, and it should be shared on this video. Holy moly. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, see, now the problem is I want to share all of them that I'm coming across. That's amazing. Oh, yeah. I forgot about this. Okay, so I just pulled out a random piece of paper. I totally forgot about this. One classroom wrote letters to other characters in my books besides the main characters, and then they sent those letters to me, which I think is a really interesting activity. So this particular letter says, "Dear Elise's mom, I think Elise is a good friend. I would love to meet her soon. I think Elise should come to the arcade one day. Sounds fun. What does Elise like to do for fun? Does she like to go fishing? Does she like to go to an apple farm or to a pumpkin farm? Does she like banana cake from Starbucks? Thanks again for writing a good book." That's awesome. I mean, I personally am not Elise's mom. I guess technically I am, but that's weird. I don't know. So anyway, yeah, I'm not her mom. But, you know, I personally think, as the creator of her mom, that her mom would be super into this letter. And honestly, what does Elise do for fun? You know, I thought about this a little. Sometimes before I start writing a book, I think about my characters as much as I can. Like, who are they as people? What do they like to do for fun? What TV shows do they watch? What's their favorite snack from Starbucks or from anywhere? And even though that information doesn't always come up in a story, you know, like I never really said in Sticks and Stones what Elise does just on a random weekend, that's still really good information for me as the author to know and to have in the back of my mind. It kind of informs the way my characters think and the way they act and the way they react to things. You never know when knowing that information will come in handy. So anyway, from my perspective, I think Elise likes a lot of different activities. I think she likes hanging out with animals, probably. She probably likes, you know, some TV, some movies. I would say she definitely likes banana cake from Starbucks. And probably, you know, really any of the chocolate things that they have there as well. All right, let's do one more for now. Oh, now I'm like encountering all these amazing things, and I want to show you all of them. But then this video will be like 3,000 years long. And we all have other things to do today, probably. Where are you going, Liz? Oh, this is cool, too. Another class made thought bubbles, like in bubbles, and sent them to me. Let's see what these people were thinking today. Oh, no, I'm going crazy. I hope that got resolved. Oh, annoyed. I'm sorry. Rough day at the school, I guess. Oh, this happy and hungry. Story of my life, I get you. Okay, let's pull out one more letter, and I'm not gonna look so I don't get distracted. I'm just gonna like pull one out and try not to like rip any other ones while I do it. Okay, I did it. Yes. Oh, this looks nice. Dear Abby Cooper, thank you for Skyping us and making your book Sticks and Stones. It inspired me to want to be an author. Aw, I love to read, but I never really liked to write. I feel like I'm not very good. Your dog Lewis is super cute. Do you expect to be a writer for the rest of your life? There was a question I never got to ask you. What is your favorite genre? Okay, got a lot of good stuff in that letter. Thank you. Yes, my dog Lewis is super cute. Especially with those eyebrows. Like, did you guys see those eyebrows he's rocking right now? I love to read, but I never really liked to write. Isn't that interesting? That's okay. If you love to read and don't like to write, or vice versa, it's okay. You know, just because, like, I always liked to read and write, that doesn't mean that all authors did. Sometimes it just takes encountering the right book to learn to love to read, and it takes maybe getting the right idea to learn to love to write. Can't believe I just said that without going like that and messing it up. So, yeah, if you think you might like to be a writer, but you don't like to write, that's okay. Just give it some time, and in the meantime, kind of observe the world around you and and take notice of anything you wonder or are curious about or are annoyed by, because all of that can make really good material for stories. Do I expect to be a writer for the rest of my life? Yeah. Honestly, I mean, this is my dream job, aside from cupcake taster, which I'm pretty sure is not actually a thing that you can get paid for. Oh, hi, Lewis. Oh, Lewis just went downstairs and got his new unicorn. Do you want to show the video? He says, yes, I do. Isn't that a cute unicorn? Wait, it's over there. And the nice part is it doesn't have stuffing. You know how sometimes dogs get super excited and like stuffing goes everywhere? Unicorn has no stuffing. So when he kills her, there won't be a big mess. Yay. Okay, sorry. Do I expect to be a writer for the rest of my life? Yes, because that is my dream job and I love it. And I think if I like stopped writing, that I wouldn't be able to handle it, you know? Like I feel like I can't not write because I need to express myself. I need to say things. So, yes. Your other question, what is my favorite genre? I think my favorite genre is probably magical realism, which shouldn't be that much of a surprise considering that's what I write. And magical realism is, of course, where everything is real except for one thing that is magical and you wouldn't normally see in real life, like thought bubbles or words, etc. Yeah, I love reading books that are like the books I write because they just make me happy and excited. But I read a little bit of everything because sometimes you really just never know what you're going to like until you try it. And then you find out. I also read a lot of realistic books. I read a little bit of sci-fi. I'm trying to get more into fantasy lately. Usually fantasy has not, I don't know, I've just struggled with it for some reason. But I've discovered that I like fantasy more when I listen to it. So I'm going to get some audiobooks and see how that goes. Well, thank you again, everybody, for sending me all this awesome stuff. Don't stop. I love getting fun stuff in the mail and email because there's so much not fun stuff that comes. So, like, these are just extra fun. So feel free to send them anytime. And maybe they'll appear in my next reader mail video. But they will definitely go in this box, and I will definitely appreciate every single one. Hope y'all have a great weekend. Leave me a comment below if you've got any other burning questions, comments, concerns. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, and Lewis and I and maybe Unicorn will see you next time. Bye!